Welcome to Stamping with Mary. I want to show you some quick cards that I made with a new little toy that I got called the Deckled Rectangles, and there's actually 8 of these, and there's a million things you can do with them, so I'm really excited about how the look is coming off. And my Christmas cards are going to be made with Peace to You, which I've done quite a few this year. And if you're like me, you made some cards for who you thought you would need one. And then as it gets closer to Christmas, you think, oh, I should have had one for this person and then for that person. And pretty soon you find yourself needing another dozen cards or so. And you want to get them done quickly because there's lots of other things going on this time of the year. So with this deckled set, I'm making, this is from an old stamp, which I thought turned out cute. And I just wanted to show you that you can use what you have. You don't have to use Peace to You. Any stamp set will work, and just using one color I think does quite well. The trick to this is that you want to be sure and use this wonderful thick white cardstock that we have. That way you don't have to make any layering on the inside. And you can see on this card I've already stamped using the Stamparatus on my inside, and all I have to do is sign it. And of course I got to put something on the outside, which is what we're going to do now. Here's just another one to show you that I did with the Peace to You. And this lighter colored cardstock works on the inside as well. So let's get busy, and I'll show you what I'm doing here. I made a template on my Stamparatus. And the reason I'm using 4.25 by 5.25 is that it cuts nicely on an 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper. You get 4 pieces. And I can also, after I use my decal on it, I get a frame, which I can use for another project. So lining up this little thing that I'm going to use, a little Christmas church, old-fashioned church. Don't you just love it? Real easy to do when I've made this template. And now I'm just going to line it up. And it should be perfect. Now it's always good to check. So let's see. And I'm using Starry Night, which is a brilliant, almost a Williamsburg blue. See how that's going to just fit right in there, I hope. Pretty good. So let's put our little piece of paper in, give it another, and I just use one magnet because they stick together and then they break. So one is better than breaking having 2 stuck together. Another little tip is I tried this without the spongy back, the little foam back, and it didn't work as well, so I put the sponge backing on, and you see it just goes down. I may have to do it twice. Whoa! This Starry Night, it seems to, let me press down a little more over there, come out pretty dark, but then the next morning when I find it, it seems to be just fine. It seems to lighten up, in other words, as it dries. So here we go, and this is the one whoops, that's too small. This is the one I'm using, okay? So I'm going to take that to my die cut machine, cut it out, and we're going to come back with something like this, which I've put a few gems on. A little tip is to use the flatter gems because they then the postman won't make you pay extra, or you won't tear it up in transit. And then I have also put more than you would normally put on the back, but I want it to really pop up and look, stick out on my card. And another little trick is I want it to have a little more shadow, so I just go around the edges, just enough. Not a lot, not like you would if you were sponging the edges, but just enough to show off that decal cut. And it's going to go on my card, which I've already stamped the inside. And how simple is that? You could knock off a bunch of these in no time flat. So I hope you enjoy. Here's one that I did on the darker background. I don't know if I showed you that or not, but again, with that one, you'd have to put a piece on the inside. So I'm really pushing this thick white cardstock because it goes so quickly. Thanks for coming.